Can I ask about a different kind of guilt? And this is the guilt that comes from a relationship that's quite complicated. Maybe when the person died, you were not on good terms. There's lots of unfinished business, or even, you've had an argument and the person's died between that, occurrence and you sort of getting forgiveness. So what about that kind of guilt?
I mean, that very much links to the session I've just done on sudden death and the sort of unassailable assault that a sudden death can have on your body and your being, where it's like there's a half-written sentence and you don't get the opportunity to finish the sentence. So you don't get to say, I'm sorry. You don't get to say, I love you. Or a relationship that actually has been, you haven't spoken for years. There's always that hope that you will at some point have a reconciliation. And when they die, that reconciliation is no longer possible. So you're left with this sort of massive wall of regret, really, I suppose it is, from action that gives you massive, or lack of action, or kind of words that you'd said. So you feel bad and have regret for that. And then that gives you a real sense of guilt that you've done something wrong, and a feeling of guilt. And that's incredibly intense.
Yeah, and the fact that oh, yeah, go on.
We can't see each other, so we can't read our signals.
Yes.
I think there's, in that domain to some extent, with suicide and murder and relationships that are fractured beforehand, but then feel kind of devastated by death, is sort of unmentionable guilt. And I think in a way that is the most pervasive, because you can't even voice it to people. So there's a sense, I think often that's entangled with shame. Shame and guilt are really horrible bedfellows, and self-loathing. So people can really pile up and attack themselves. But if they can't even voice it for whatever it is that they find unmentionable, then that is incredibly toxic and damaging in your relationship with yourself, and then your capacity to process the grief.
Yeah. So that seems like, again, it's crucial to try to get people to voice their guilty feelings and to get them out into the open. That, I mean, we often find that things are less horrible once we've said them, once we've shared them. The people are less shocked than we think they're going to be, once we get them out. And I guess that's where therapy and friendship can come in. Yeah. No, I was gonna, you carry on, and then I'll move to my next.
Well, I mean, the two things that came up when you spoke then. One is that we kind of think we're making sense when we have the loop in our head, but actually we can get very stuck in those loops. And it's only by kind of going into ourselves, finding words to describe this inchoate feeling that's in our bodies, putting words to it and voicing them, and then being heard with curiosity and compassion and interest, that we can sort of see what we're feeling. And that can help us adjust in a kind of little momentary wake up to what has been going on and allow us to process it. And for people who can't quite take the leap to talk to someone, journaling really helps. Yeah. So one of the kind of first steps I would be is, when you're looking at your guilt, is to break it down, as we've talked about. Look at the can't even say the words, familiar domains. Is it survivor's guilt? Is it the cause of guilt? Is it the relationship? Is it a failure of roles? Is it unmentionable? So begin to examine it and look at it and write that down. And then maybe that can give you the next step of talking to somebody else about it, so that you begin to adjust to it and learn to live with it. Because again, it isn't this thing of kind of wiping it out and saying I'm all clear. It's processing it and adjusting to the discomfort of it.